How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, and let's talk about how to type arrays in TypeScript. So let's just go ahead and hop into an easy example. I'm just going to go ahead and initialize an array, and here we are. We have 3 strings, and we are getting that inferred type right here, which is super nice. So we don't have to come in here and explicitly say string and the brackets, the square brackets. Now you could, if you wanted to, give explicit types, but if you want to just infer those, that's fine as well. And as you see, we can just put really any primitive here. I can say Boolean, and then we got some issues, right? And what would satisfy this is just saying like true. We can go in here and say number. Oops, there we go. And let's go ahead and give it a number. Okay. And so this is kind of the shorthand way of doing it. So when we have the type and then the square brackets, that's the most popular way of doing that. But what you can also do is kind of use the generic style, and you can say array, and then you see these angle brackets, and we're going to put in number. Okay. And that is satisfied. Now, if you still hover over the local variable r, you're going to see that it is still displayed in the shorthand, but just know that number square brackets is the same thing when we pass number into array here. So you're looking at the same result, just different style. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, let's go ahead and talk about tuples. Okay, so we have tuples in TypeScript, and if we want, we can go in here and just give them types just like this. And then we'll say Boolean. Okay, cool. And what this is saying at the moment is saying, hey, type number, right? Because we only have a number here. So that's why it only has just a number inside of those square brackets. And let's go ahead and fully satisfy this. So let's go ahead and say hi, and then we'll say false. Okay, and then we're all set. So that is a way we can quickly type a tuple, and then we are good to go. Let's see, we can also, if we also want to type some objects, we're going to, or I should say an array of objects, we also have that flexibility. So let's just go ahead and do that now. Let's go in here and say greeting. We're going to set this to a string. We're going to give it a string type. And I'm going to go and use those square brackets. And let's go ahead and satisfy this in the implementation. Let's go ahead and say greeting. We'll go back to ni hao. Okay. And there we are. We're all set. So if I go ahead and delete this G right here, it's going to say, hey, you're really not satisfying greeting string. So we can even do something like this. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about how to have unions. Okay. So we're going to have some type of union array type. And let's go ahead and hop into another quick example. Let's go ahead and I'm going to use some parentheses here, and I'll say string and then number, and then right outside those parentheses, I'm going to bring back those square brackets. So here I can go ahead and say hi, we'll say bye, and we can just put, 100. And as you see, that is properly typed. That's perfect. And even with a union array type, we can still infer that. Nothing has really changed about how TypeScript is working, even just with arrays. All right. So that was just a quick intro on how to type arrays. I hope this was useful to you. If it was, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I will see you in the next one.